Hi Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make this card. Let me show you the inside. Isn't it cute? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to be making the Tempting Turquoise version of this card, and this one uses the Melon Mambo, and the Melon Mambo and the Tempting Turquoise, this designer paper is called Sweet Taffy, and you'll get both colors in the pack. Okay, so let's get the measurements here for all the pieces. The Whisper White piece is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Going to make your base card. And then I'm going to start with the inside of the card. The Basic Black is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then the Whisper White piece is cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. It's going to go on the inside. Okay, so then on top of the base card, we're going to have Basic Black, which is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then the Sweet Taffy designer paper. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to lay it right on the front. And then you have a piece that layers in the back. Let's start with the Basic Black. This piece is cut at 2 1/8 by 3 3/4. Tempting Turquoise is cut at 2 by 3 5/8. And then the Whisper White is cut at 1 7/8 by 3 1/2. Then this piece, there's a lot. This piece of Basic Black is cut at 2 4 1/4. Tempting Turquoise is cut at 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then this Sweet Taffy designer paper is cut at 1 3/4 by 4. I'm going to layer on that like that. Alright, so now let's go ahead and put all these layers together. Okay, so now there's one piece that we have to emboss, so I'm going to grab the Textured Boutique really quick. Okay, we're going to use the Perfect Polka Dots embossing folder. I'm just going to emboss this little piece of Whisper White. Remember, when you're using the Textured Boutique, you want to keep the shim because it all goes together. Okay, you want to remember that the Textured Boutique only embosses, it doesn't cut. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now I have some extra pieces. Actually, let me go ahead and attach this. So we're all ready to go. Alright, so now we're going to use the Petite Petal Punch, and we're going to punch out one of the flowers with Whisper White, and then we're going to punch out 3 with the Basic Black. And then 4 with the Tempting Turquoise. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back side of these. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and peel the backings off, so when we're ready to put the card together, everything will be ready to go. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and I actually went ahead already and did the front, and it's just because, and let me show you those stamp sets. We're going to use the Dozen Thoughts, which is one of my favorites, and it's just because right here. And then for the inside of the card, we're going to use the Vivid Vases. So what I did for the front of the Melon Mambo card is I went ahead and used the 1-inch square punch after I stamped it. I'm just going to flatten the end. I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to the Basic Black first. And then I'm going to use the 1-inch square punch to flag it again with the Basic Black. Okay, so then what I did for the Vivid Vases, let me show you that. This is what the stamp looks like. I'm going to use the Memento ink, and all I want is the greeting, which it says, "You're a whole lot of wonderful." So I'm just going to basically stamp the ink right along the bottom even though it's going to get on the vase, but I'm just going to cut that out by hand. So I'm just going to stamp it. See, and then you're just going to go ahead and cut that out by hand. So just, cut it out. Just like that. And trim it down. And of course I went ahead already and did that just to save some time. And then once again I'm going to take the square punch, the 1-inch square punch, and flag the ends. And I'm going to add this to the basic black. Put there. And then flag the black piece too. Let me just trim this down a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so that's going to go on the inside. Alright, so now it's time to build our card. So first we're going to go ahead and layer this piece down first. Then we're going to take some dimensionals and we're going to pop this piece up, this layer. Put this right over, well, let me put it this way. Put it right over to the left. Right about there. And then the greeting is going to go right here. With another dimensional. I'm just going to put one right here. And then for the banner on the card at the very bottom, I just pretty much freehanded that. So I just took all 3 colors and just cut a square, just like that. And then I took some Tempting Turquoise. And then also black. And you're just going to build it basically. So I'm just going to go ahead and flag the black piece first. Okay, and then you're just going to, I'm going to flag the Tempting Turquoise. Yep, and then the Whisper White piece. If I can grab it, let me cut another piece of the Whisper White. Okay, so I got another piece of Whisper White. I couldn't hold it and cut it at the same time. So I'm just going to flag the end of the Whisper White. And then I'm just going to layer them together. Then layer this onto the basic black. That one probably could have been cut down a little bit more. Let me do that. Okay, and then you're just going to cut all that off, really, and you're just going to slide it up underneath here. I'm going to actually cut a little bit more. Okay, so then you're just going to put adhesive on the back side and then slide it up underneath the just because. Kind of position it where you want it. And then I would add another dimensional. Like that. Okay, and then really the rest of it is just to decorate it with the flowers, so let's go ahead and do that. Then the inside. Okay, one more thing, we're going to put basic rhinestones on the center of the flowers. And that's it. That's how I made that card. This one right here is the Melon Mambo. So that's it. Oh, and then you can add some, let me add some basic rhinestones. So that's what I did for this one too. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by and we'll see you later. Bye.